All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our special Tuesday Live. Hope you all had a great Labor Day. So welcome back. If you took off and enjoyed the long weekend, it's September. So that means we've got a lot of grants, new grants to tell you about, including 3 that are due this Friday. So I'll talk about the grants due this week, some other grants in September that we've just added to Skip. Obviously, as you know, you can see all of these on the Skip website here and on the Skip app, of course. And I've got some other big news to share with you today, too. But as always, to everyone who's tuned in early, thank you so much. Tons of comments already here. So I want to give some shout outs. And please hit the like button on this video. This is my favorite live that we do. Every single week, talking about new grants, new fundings, seeing familiar faces, and answering your questions. You know, our goal at Skip is to help all 33 million small businesses in the U.S. and inspire 10 million more entrepreneurs to start their business. So there's a ton of grants available. One of the biggest trends that I've seen, and we've been doing these videos for over 3 years, is there's more and more grants being given out. We are creating more grants. We've given out $250,000 over the past 3 years. Other corporations, Venmo, Amazon, PayPal, Barclays, different banks, different small business providers, they're all giving out grants. And it's amazing because we hear this all the time. People are surprised when they win. Yes, the odds aren't super good. I mean, they're competitive, but people still win grants. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about some good ones today. And of course, I want to introduce to you a brand new funding feature that we've just published. But drop in where you're watching from. Would love to see. And, I'll read some names here where people are watching from. All right, we've got Cleveland in the house. We've got more from Ohio, DC, and a lot of familiar faces, Florida, Jersey, and California, Michigan, Mississippi. Where else? I think most of these lives we get at least half the country represented. We'll probably have 30 states today. We've got Georgia, Illinois, Arkansas, Washington State, and a whole bunch more. Okay, in case you didn't know, on the app here, you can see recommended fundings, most popular fundings, and fundings due soon. Here are the 3 that are due this Friday. I'm going to talk about in a minute. But there's our $5,000 grant. Thousands of you have entered. It's the Fora 5K Skip Growth Grant, sponsored by Fora Financial, one of our partners. You can see it right here. The link is in the description. If you haven't entered yet, go do. All you have to do is click I'm interested. And once you do, you just have to tell us what you would use 5K for. This is free to enter. These funding insights, by the way, are optional for Skip Plus members. If you want more insights into this opportunity, etc., you can use this. But it's free to enter our 5K grant. I'm going to share some examples of this 5K grant in a minute, but I want to share some other good news. First, on the latest version of our app, we have a Skip AI. You can chat about what's the best way to get funding for your business. Or I have a hair salon located in Chicago. I need money for marketing. How can I get money for my business? All the questions that you use OpenAI for or Bard, we've basically created our own. Well, we've leveraged OpenAI and ChatGPT, made some modifications to make it better for small businesses. That is on the app. We just released that Friday. So if you want to check out and play with our AI, it's on the latest version of the Skip app, both on the Play Store and on iOS on the App Store. So you can just search for that. Okay. So here's the $5,000 Skip Growth Grant. I will share some examples here because Right now, about 10% of people who are interested have posted. So I want to help with that, and also mention to you that tomorrow, right here, same time, same place. If you tune in, you click webinars here. I'm going to talk about AI in more depth, how to scale your business with Skip AI. So if you go check it out today, get in the App Store, Google Play, you have questions about it, join me tomorrow. Just click I'm interested here, reserve a spot. I should see some confirmation in a second, unless everyone's trying to register all at once. Could be the case. There we go. Okay. Thanks for registering. So tomorrow you can tune in and watch that same time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Let me talk about the 3 fundings that are due this week. And I'm going to also answer some grant related questions today as well. But here are 3 fundings that are due this Friday. There are more, getting over a cough. There are more due next week as well. So Friday, NAACP Leslie's Inc. Certification Boost Grant, $5,000 grants, entrepreneurs of color. If that's you, go check it out. It's fairly straightforward. Also Friday, Black Women in Food Grant, $10K for Black women-owned food businesses who are on Uber Eats. So if that's not you, but you have a business that you know about that's on Uber Eats, you can mention it to them if you want. Then the third one due Friday is the Waves of Change grant. Let me just open it up here. Supports minority women-owned businesses because they acknowledge that systemic injustices may affect their access, their progress, and their results. So if you identify as a woman of color with an early stage business, this could be for you. You make less than $50K annually, so for earlier businesses, and you need a website to get started. Okay, so there's that. Those are 3 that are due in a few days. But like I said, our Skip grants that are this month, we have our $1,000 grants this month and our $5,000 grant. So I know a lot of you who watch here have already applied. And since you are our Skip supporters and Skip champions, I want to mention to you one new feature. That we've just launched. I'll share that in a second. Okay, so if you haven't posted for the 5K grant yet, here's a few examples. We're going to put these in the description here as well. This person says they're going to use their 5K grant for new equipment, invest in top-notch equipment to take your workouts to the next level, community workshops, outdoor fitness events, community growth. So you can see how they posted it here. A nice photo, and they've written whatever they want. But they've explained what they would use $5,000 for. Very important. And they've tagged us, and they've done the hashtag Skip5K. So if you want inspiration, go check out the hashtag Skip5K. The one other example here, there's a stitch. You won't be able to hear the audio. I'll just play it here. So she explained what she would use $5,000 for in a nice TikTok stitch, which is one more example on Instagram, used the same post we did and talked about what they would use $5,000 for. Spray Chick airbrush tanning has been spraying confidence since 2008. And she explains, with the Skip 5K, I would use the funds to pay my 2022 CAM reconciliation for my landlord. And she goes on as well. So some really great examples. Again, so much of these videos or posts, doesn't have to be videos, can be simple posts, are about, being inspired by others. There's one more here. Again, you can't hear. It's a great video. Someone had fun with here. So how many of you watching today have already applied for the Skip 5K grant? If you have, drop it in below. Okay, this is the brand new feature. I've got 3 more grants to tell you about in a few seconds. Just to recap, 3 are due this Friday. We have 2 grants that are due this month towards the 26th and 27th, our 1,000 and 5K grants. You can see all those on the Skip app. Tomorrow, I'm talking about our Skip AI, how to use it to grow your business, grow your revenue, grow your customers. That's free, but you have to register on the Skip dashboard. I just showed you how to do that. Got 3 more grants, but this page we've just released yesterday on Labor Day. Some of us worked on Labor Day. If you want financing, funding, loans, lines of credit, so grants are a great entry point, but if you want to look at other funding, go to this link. I'll put this in the description, so but when you're watching this, you'll see it, and also I'll paste this below as well. Best funding options. It's also in the header and the footer of our website, so you can click search funding up top here. You'll get to this page. You can see which funding options are relevant for your business. So if you are curious about what your credit score, time in business, revenue, those are the 3 main factors: credit score, time in business, revenue. That's pretty much it. What you might be eligible for, go through this. Here's the example. Here are your funding matches riders. So you can see Fora, working capital financing; Paintbrush for early stage financing; NewTek for SBA 7A 504 loans; Bluevine for growing your business; Funding Circle, employee retention credit. So a lot of you already know our partners. You've gone through these flows, but some of you might not have, or maybe you want to tell others about this. Maybe you received a Bluevine line of credit, or a Fora loan, or a NewTek loan, or ERC credit, and you want to tell others that you know. Well, this flow you can go through, basically choose your own adventure and see what you're eligible for. And then you can see details here and click apply now. So this is just released. Hopefully it's helpful to all of you. And again, if you want to hedge, my famous words has been, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Look at grants and look at other funding. If you really want to grow your business, maybe you don't want to raise funding now, but you don't know what's out there unless you're aware of these options. And what I would say is you can always go through this and get the offer and say yes or no. So, oh, you know what? I'd rather wait 6 months, or cash flow is looking good. I've got more customers, more revenue. I don't need the loan now. Or you know what? I want a smaller loan. Instead of taking 200K, I'll just take 50K for now and revisit in 3 months or 6 months. So until you know your options, you don't really know what's on the table. So I say get things on the table, then you can make a good decision. All right. Any good questions here that I can answer? A lot of you need. Michelle says, I need startup funding for my business. I've been working on a plan and everything for like 2 years. Well, Michelle, happy to hear what's holding you back today. Sounds like just maybe a little bit of money. So how much and for what? Is it for a website? You can get a website for a few $100. You can get a good one for several hundred or thousands, but we can help you get an initial website up if that's your first barrier. Right, with a website, you can get your first customers. Would love to hear more, Michelle. What's holding you back? Sometimes it's credit score that's keeping you from getting a microloan, like an SBA microloan up to 50K. A lot of people start with credit cards as well. So would love to hear, Michelle. There you go. And you say you're applying for all the grants today. So good luck on all those. And absolutely, if you apply for several of these, odds are good. You say you'd use it for supplies. What type of supplies would be my question. And, and the costs, because a lot of these, there are a lot of things you can do. For example, I was just speaking with a gentleman who's got a printing on demand business with Amazon. So in that case, you don't really need upfront capital. You can test things, test the market, test the demand. When people pay for whatever you've created, you then create the product and ship it to them. So it's just a easier way to get started because you've mitigated risk. You don't need to take on inventory or supplies, and you prove that people are willing to pay for your product or your service. Especially in a lot of services, you may not know which service you want to promote the most, but you can put them out there, tell people about them, and they can decide whether they want to purchase them or not. Okay. And Faith, let me see what you'd use the $5,000 grant for. To pay bills, to clear the way, to start a business. That sounds like a great plan, Faith. And you've been such a long time supporter. So anyone apply for other recent grants through some of our partners? Denise mentions Hello Alice. They've got a few that are out now. Let me go back to the grants here. Yeah, have you applied for any other grants? Okay, so here's a few others that are coming up I want to put on your radar. Let me scroll here. So this one is due end of September. 2023 High Five Grant for moms. So $10,000 for mom entrepreneurs. So again, it says focused. If you're a mom or a mom, you can tell them about this. That's a 10K grant for entrepreneurs. You can read the details here. That's due end of the month. Our September skip grants are due September 27th. And this no grant, again, another theme here for moms, $2,000 grants for mothers with business or project ideas. And there's a couple others I want to talk about here. Restaurant, if you're a restaurant, there's a lot of these rolling restaurant funds too. So if you're in the service, the food service industry, or someone who is, keep these in mind. $10,000 for restaurants impacted by a disaster. Okay, you can read the details there. And Denise asks, are we giving out money today? Well, never say never, but that's not the plan. Was not to. We picked winners last week, the last Tuesday of the month, which was last Tuesday. We picked three winners, at least three winners, if I'm remembering correctly. So, and I'm talking with those winners shortly. Okay, Brenda, what would you use the $5,000 for? You say to set up a home office, to start a consulting business that I could work from home to supplement my income. That's awesome. And Miss Pulliam says you applied for Hello Alice, the Avino grant, which is now closed, and NAACP. A good question from Dow. What about grants for fathers? Well, we haven't seen any that are specific about for fathers. But I'll say this all the time. Our team works incredibly hard to find grants that are out there. But sometimes with our network of hundreds of thousands of businesses, about grants that we don't find. And if you do, I'll just show you here on our homepage. If you don't see it and you want to share the love with the community, scroll down to the footer. You can click submit a grant. So if you know about a grant, you can submit a grant here and we can add it to our Explore page, the funding assistant. Okay. Michelle says, I'm a mother. Okay. Let me see here. CEO of LNF Transport Express, LLC. I need this grant for inventory and equipment. Black Sugar Designs says marketing and product suppliers are my natural skin and hairline. You're a licensed cosmetologist for skin. So yeah, these are great. Share a few more and I can pick out a few others. What would you use 5K for? The themes typically are, product. Well, here I things all the time, product, supplies, inventory, and marketing. marketing to sell your product. Very popular. But the example I just gave 5 minutes ago was, if you can market and sell before getting inventory, I know it's not always possible, but if you can do that before getting inventory, great position. You've proven demand. You've proven you can get customers that are paying customers, and you can get supply and inventory accordingly. So you don't have 10,000 widgets sitting in your spare bedroom or your basement. So anyway, but pros and cons, maybe you've already proven that the demand exists and you want to get in bulk, and there's advantages there. For example, around the holidays in November and December, we know a lot of businesses that want to stock up on inventory because they know, or they hope, it's going to be a busy holiday season for purchasing and for products. Okay. So let's go back to the grants here. You can see them all here. I just want to remind folks a few important things just to recap in case you're just tuning in. First of all, hopefully you can come tomorrow when I talk about how to scale your business with Skip AI, because on the Skip app now, you can chat with Skip AI 1.0. If you go download it today, you will be one of the first to use it on the ground floor. So you can look back 6 months from now when millions of businesses are using it and say, hey, I was one of the first to use the Skip AI. That's on the app, and use it today. Questions may come up. Join me tomorrow, same time. I'll talk about this. I'll give some examples, some prompts you can use for your business, and a preview on what's coming down, what's next for version 2.0. The second 3 grants due this Friday. You see them all right here on the screen. There's a handful others that are due later in September. Respirited says this: I would purchase a computer and business license, a phone, and a dinner for the fam to start my blog site with affiliate marketing. That's nice, take the family out, especially all of you who are hardworking entrepreneurs. Your family supports you, I'm sure, or whoever your friends or family are appreciative of how hard you work to make your dreams come true. So yeah, thanking them, taking them out to dinner is a great way. Jahail Guitar says, I'd use the $5K for parts inventory, but also to replace my computer and buy a vinyl cutter to make my own marketing materials, headstock logos, which would actually save you money over time. That's awesome. Let me read one more. S Brown 09008. With a $5,000 grant, I can purchase my first vehicle to start my non-emergency transportation business in Vicksburg, Mississippi. That's amazing. So this is a great sample, of the tens of thousands of businesses that we've directly helped and that I know about over the past 3 years. It's always a smattering of important service-based businesses, transportation, childcare, senior care, really incredible service-based businesses across the country. Beauty, in the beauty industry, you name it. And with products, a lot of really interesting products as well. E-commerce, people have their own websites or who leverage Shopify or Amazon or other distribution channels for their businesses, and everything in between, from, again, home care, like lawn care, lawn services, etc. So anyway, we've seen all types of businesses on Skip, and obviously whatever your dream is, wherever you're at in your business journey, you could be day one today. And I hope for everyone who's day one, or day one for your second business or your third business, hopefully some of these grants help. Some of the information we put out helps. You could be year 10 in your business. I know a lot of you who've are 10 or even 20 years in to your business, which just want to say congratulations if you've been at your business for a few years now, because the toughest thing is sticking with it. The statistics, most businesses fail. But we have 33 million businesses in this country, small businesses in this country. Okay, let me read 3 more here. Tammy says, I would hire an employee and need a website. Well, Tammy, by the way, if you want help with your website, we can help. Just get in touch with our team, as well as a used truck to transport my inventory of home goods and decor. My vehicle isn't large enough to transport larger items. Awesome example. Michelle says, I'm a hard worker. I need a laptop and printer, label maker. I can get all my supplies and everything I need with $5,000. And Mandy, the last one here, I would use it to finish repairs on our RV, to take our cleaning business on the road, helping people have depression and are overwhelmed with the condition of their home. You're helping people who have, that's awesome, Mandy. And great to hear. One more bonus one for Spirited 8 again. 5,000 will be your seed for bigger, more important nonprofit organization to impact the collective for a better future. Okay, this is incredible, and I hope all of you who've been a part of the Skip community for years, or you're just joining us for the first time today, it's really an inspiring community. So hopefully you tune in every week when I do these lives. We'll be posting more videos this week. I've got a couple coming. One might post tomorrow, Wednesday, and one might post Friday as well. So be sure to watch those. Be sure you're subscribed with alerts on so you get notified as soon as we post videos. And as always, to all of you who tune in every single week and share here in the comments, but also tell others about Skip, thank you. And don't forget this 5K growth grant. Take what you just shared here in the comments, go make a post, your choice, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. You saw some of these examples I posted. Search the hashtag Skip5K and go tell others what you'd use $5,000 for. I'm sure it'll inspire others as well. Until next time, I'll see some of you tomorrow on our Skip AI webinar at the same time. As always, if you have questions or you want help, you can email our team, hello@helloskip.com. We'd love to help you one-on-one with funding, with business growth, with just starting out. Until then, take care, everyone. Good to see so many of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.